ولتصغى إليه أفئدة الذين لا يؤمنون بالآخرة وليرضوه.
Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulillah wa ba'd. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is the 10th clip which is discussing about some of the misconceptions people are attaching to Islam. We told you in the 9th clip that the Prophet ﷺ entered Mecca for Fatu Makkah, that is the conquest of Mecca. And he didn't kill anybody, he didn't force anybody to embrace Islam. And he had all the opportunity by then to do and undo, and nobody will ask him because he has conquered the whole Mecca by then. Now, in the same year of the Hijrah, meaning in the 8th year of Hijrah, the Prophet ﷺ proceeded from Mecca after the conquest of Mecca to Hunain in order to fight the Jews. The Jews that he expelled from Medina, and they gathered with the Jews of Khaybar, and he fought in the 7th year of Hijrah. These Jews also gathered again in Hunain, and they have accumulated their forces looking for opportunity to invade Medina. So when Prophet ﷺ had this, he didn't want to sit down in Medina again, so that what happened during the Battle of Khandaq happened to him again. No. The Prophet ﷺ moved from Mecca after the conquest of Mecca to Hunain, and he fought those Jews. Some of them flew to Taif, and he followed them, and at the end, a peace treaty was written between them and the Prophet ﷺ. So, up to now, we've not seen Prophet Muhammad ﷺ or his companions forcing anybody to embrace Islam. Then where is that ideology of Islam was spread by such? Islam was spread by dawah and the attitude of the Muslims, not by sword. It is only the enemies of Islam and the ignorant from among the people that are saying this kind of assertion. It is not truth and it's not correct at all. No. Now, if you say that Islam was spread by sword, before we go on to the next thing, what of the countries like Malaysia, Indonesia, who fought then there, and now today we can see that especially Indonesia has the largest number of the Muslims in the world. Can you mention any battle that took place in the Malaysia, whether in the Indonesia, especially during the time of the Prophet or the 4 rightly guided caliphs, or up to today? Can you mention any battle that took place in Indonesia? No. Islam was spread by the Muslims who went there for trading. And people saw the beauty of Islam, and they embrace Islam. And you can see today, that axis have the largest number of the Muslims in the world. So that is how Islam was spread, and that is how Islam should be spreading up to today. Attitude of the Muslims should cause people to embrace Islam, and that is why you can see when West sees that Islam has solution for all their problems, they started coming to Islam. Now, when Prophet ﷺ has done with the battle of Hunain, in the 9th year of Hijrah, the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ went to Tabuk. Tabuk was a Christian land under the control of Rome. He had a first-hand information that the Romans and the Christians whom he fought in the Ghazwa, in the Battle of Mu'tah, have gathered again, and they have been planning to come to Medina to invade Medina at once. Don't forget, or if you could recall, we told you that in the 7th year of Hijrah, the Prophet ﷺ sent an ambassador by name Al-Harith ibn Umar al-Azdi with a letter to the king of Basra. This Al-Harith was stopped and murdered by Shurabil ibn Umar al-Ghassani, isn't it? And then he mounted his corpse on the camel and directed the camel to the Medina, and the camel brought back the corpse of this man to the Prophet ﷺ. The Prophet confirmed, and it was realized that the man was killed by Shurabil, one of the people of Rome, under the control of Rome. So the Prophet ﷺ sent 3,500 army to them, and they fought more than 100,000 army of Rome, and they defeated them. We told you that Islam deals with justice, not injustice. If not because of justice, how would a 3,500 army defeated more than 100,000 army? It's because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is with them. And any person who practices justice, any person who is just, whosoever he may be, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will be with him. That is why you can see nations today, which are not even Islamic nations, are are developing faster than some of the Islamic nations or countries that call themselves Islamic countries. Because if you are not practicing justice, if justice does not reign in your country, there's no way you develop. This great scholar of Islam, Shaykh al-Islam Ibn Taymiyyah, mentioned in one of his books that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will help a dawla that is doing justice, meaning a country that is doing justice, even if it is a non-Muslim country. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will not assist and will not help a country that is doing injustice or practicing injustice, even if it is an Islamic country. So that is why you can see this army, 3,500 defeated more than 100,000 army. So since the 7th year of Hijrah, that issue has been with the Rome, the Christians of the Rome. They were ashamed of themselves. They were ashamed not only because the people who fought them were 3,500, but because these people were minority to them. That is the first thing. And then the second thing, these people were Arabs, not people of Rome like them. And then other neighboring countries was looking down on them, jesting them, mocking them, that just few army, external army from nowhere came here and they fought you. And after all, you call yourself superpower or whatsoever you are calling yourselves. So they picked an interest in revenging the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and that was why in the 9th year of Hijrah, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam went to Rome. He met them there, even though the battle didn't take place, because when they heard that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam was coming, they ran away. The battle didn't take place, and the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam spent about 20 or 19 days in Tabuk. After that, he returned to Al-Madinah. And then the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam continued teaching Islam. The companions continue learning Islam with the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This is the battle of Tabuk, and this is the last battle the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam fought. From the first battle up to this one, where is the idea of spreading Islam with sword? Where is sword? Where is the spreading of Islam here? Inshallah, we'll stop here. In the next clip, we will tell you, inshallah, who is an enemy. And then, why did the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam got assistance of even non-Muslims, people who were not Muslims, in some of the battles he fought? That will tell you clearly that the mission of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam to spread Islam was not by force, and it's not by sword. It was through da'wah. People around him knew that he was fighting for justice and not to spread Islam. Inshallah, till we meet, may Allah forgive us, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward us abundantly. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
ولتصغى إليه أفئدة الذين لا يؤمنون بالآخرة وليرضى